Why is Gazi so angry, man?
This is a world.
This is a world premiere.
This is a world.
Niggas can't shake their asses. Niggas can't listen to music. Niggas can't eat soul food. Like, niggas can't do what niggas want to do. Like, why is that such a bad thing? That is part of our culture, and that is the thing. Do not let living in a white supremacy being shameful of your culture. And then people want to say, well, what is our culture? Our culture is not imitating what white people do and just being like clean cut, going to work, having their names, going to their churches and doing everything that they do. We have to find our own. We have to create our own, and then when we create it, it's always labeled with ghetto, hood, violent, and you need to die because you acting way too black. And it's like, whoa.
So I'm out here taking my dog for a walk, and I'm thinking about Gazi Kodzo. And I believe that's how they pronounce their names, and I'm not sure about which pronoun Gazi prefers, so I'm just gonna try to be safe and use they, although I believe Gazi identifies as he. So, all that said, I've been watching Gazi's videos, and I'm just picking up on the fact that Gazi expresses anger a lot. And I've been really disturbed by that. I have found that very troubling. And although I really appreciate the fact that Gazi brings a lot of history, particularly the history of the oppression of African descended people in America. Although often Gazi's analysis encompasses a world perspective. So, I've been watching the videos and I've been thinking about, what is it about Gazi that I find so troubling? And I think over time, I've come to understand that it's my problem, that it's not Gazi's problem, it's my problem. Because to take in the information and investigate the history that Gazi is sharing in those videos, and to not feel a great sense of outrage, I think is more about an imbalance in myself. Gazi can be really, to me, can be really offensive, right? Gazi uses some pretty incendiary language. He calls, white people, so-called white people, toilet seat complected. He calls white people, cave Becky, cave Ben, cavemen. He uses these phrases that are, fairly derogatory. But then I have to think, when Gazi expresses anger or outrage towards white people, what is the material effect of that anger? Is any white person going to be taken out on the street by a police officer and shot, for example? Is any white person going to be denied employment because Gazi doesn't like them, or because Gazi called them a cave Becky or a cave Ben, right? So what is the material effect of Gazi's outrage on so-called white people? And as far as I can tell, other than maybe hurting people's feelings, it's nothing. And if people do have their feelings hurt, there are so many positive images, positive messages, so many systems in place to protect so-called white people from the outrage of people like Gazi that it shouldn't even matter. On the other hand, we've seen outrage and rage and anger of white people towards blacks that have resulted in black people being imprisoned, black people being lynched, black people being enslaved, right? So to look at Gazi's anger and for me to see that as problematic when it's a reaction to something that is so anger and outrage worthy, I think has a lot more to do with me. In fact, the question that I should be asking is not why is Gazi so angry, but how is it that, labeled black people have not expressed more anger and outrage about the situation, the concrete situation that they have been placed in because of a history of white supremacy. So that's it for this video. Like it if you like it, share, comment, subscribe, go check out Gazi, let me know what you think. This is Reg signing out. Love yourself. Peace.
And I love myself the way